Since this is the first time that a House Speaker has been voted out, the roadmap ahead is a bit murky. Here's what we know so far. The House is expected to stay out of session for the rest of the week. Then Republicans are expected to hold a Speaker candidate forum in a week. McCarthy told CNN's Manu Raju that he might endorse a successor. All right, let's continue this conversation. Joining me right now is Congressman Gregory Meeks, a New York Democrat. Congressman, great to see you. Okay, so a whole lot going on still, and particularly today now, we are learning that the former House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi's office, she is being evicted from her office on Capitol Hill. And now Congressman Steny Hoyer, who also has space on Capitol Hill, is also being booted from his office. So is this now setting the tone of what it's going to be like with new speaker leadership? All of those traditions are now, the traditions such as being able to maintain office space on Capitol Hill for these former leaders is now out the window. What does it say to you?
Well, first, thank you for having me. It just shows the continued dysfunction of the Republican Party. They're looking to blame someone else for their own civil war. We didn't cause their civil war. That's within their own ranks. And so now they're lashing out. It's their right to do whatever, if they choose to do that. But the American people are watching. I think the American people want someone and want a party and a Congress that is secure, that it knows how to function, that is getting things done. Just in the 117th Congress, we only had a 5-vote majority also. We were able to get things done. Not partisan bills, but bipartisan bills also that was signed by the president. They were not able to do that. Every bill that they talked about as an accomplishment yesterday was a MAGA right-wing bill, the kind of bill like before the agreement on the CR that cut 30%, hurting children and families in our military. And so it is their civil war, and they and they only are the ones that can resolve it and end it.
How stunned are you that 8 Republicans can upend the leadership like this? 96% of Republicans wanted to keep McCarthy, and McCarthy, upon his exit, is blaming Democrats for this.
Truthfully, it's not just 8. It's every member of the Republican caucus. They are the ones that changed the rules and said that one individual could call the speaker accountable. There's reasons why previously it was not that way in the rules. They changed the rules and they voted for it unanimously, knowing that those MAGA individuals were there. How did we know that? Because it took 15 times to vote to elect McCarthy originally. So it is the Republicans collectively that put themselves in this position, and they have no one to look at but themselves.
And do you think it will be more of the same, that similar pattern for the successor, that whoever succeeds Speaker McCarthy, that they're going to have to agree to the same conditions in order to hold that seat?
Well, I think that what should happen is, we've got so-called moderate Republicans. The fact of the matter is there are 18 Republicans in districts that was won by Joe Biden. I think that the pressure is on them that they should then vote more like and negotiate in a manner that will get things done, because it is them that will, their people and their districts that are asking for a more bipartisan type of rule in the Washington, D.C. And so I would hope that those individuals would make sure that the deals that are cut, they would work with us to move America forward. It shouldn't be where they've passed, as I said previously, bills that would cut 30% on spending. It shouldn't be where you see all of these right-wing MAGA ideologies that are passing with their votes. They are voting for those things. So I would hope that that changes, and this is a wake-up call for them.
And back to the whole office eviction, because that is just, it's really stunning. And this taking place while Pelosi is in California, for the funeral and arrangements for her good friend, the late Senator Feinstein. I wonder, do you think this was a McCarthy last move on his way out, you know, as revenge, or do you see this eviction of Steny Hoyer and Nancy Pelosi's offices more of a reflection of Representative McHenry, who is kind of the temporary speaker?
Well, either way, it's a childish move, that, the conference is having a tantrum because of their own internal fights and want to reach out and blame someone else. I mean, it just seems ridiculous that Kevin McCarthy wants to blame Nancy Pelosi for his ouster. Kevin McCarthy can only blame himself. How can you blame, and this is what they want to do. It's a retaliation, obviously. It's a childish play that the American people are looking at what's taking place. And this is not the type of leadership and type of government that the American people are asking for. They want serious adults who are focused on putting people over politics and moving us forward.
And I wonder quickly, in terms of the business of the American people, while there will be at least a week before they come up with Republicans come up with some names and vote, et cetera, will Democrats be working on some sort of framework for a spending bill as November 17 still fast approaches, even with this now 1 week recess?
Yeah, we're still working. Remember, even the last time, there was only one dysfunctional unit on Capitol Hill, and that was House Republicans. We worked with Senate Republicans, Senate Democrats, and the White House. Only one body of Congress was missing, and that was the MAGA Republican in the House of Representatives. So we're still working and talking and focused on it. But that last leg of Congress, the MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives, they are the ones that are the holdups. They are the ones that were not negotiating, even when we talked about the CR to the last second. And so I would hope that they come to the negotiating table, but we are ready, able, and willing, working with the other branches of government to get a deal done in the next 42 days.
Congressman from New York, Gregory Meeks, good to see you this morning. Thank you so much.